What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this a separate video, but today we are gonna apply fluid film to this Dodge. We already cleaned it up some. We pressure washed the frame. We hit some spots with some black paint just to blacken it out, because I don't know how paint will stick to this stuff, but this stuff is supposed to seep down inside and go kind of ooze its way through the rust and kind of seal it off and protect it as it goes. It never really dries. So let's get into it. We'll pop the lid open here. Here's the gun. I have the cup inside, but here's the gun we're going to spray it with. Just a simple spray gun. And it has some wands too, so we'll put the wands on it and put it inside the holes of the frame and pull it out and spray inside the frame too, so that stuff just kind of oozes its way down through. It's supposed to be really good stuff, supposed to really slow down rust and protect it. You do have to reapply eventually, but for now, let's get this opened up and we'll get it checked out. So upon opening this up, it's pretty weird looking stuff. It looks just kind of like paste. It's kind of got a weird smell to it. It's very thick, kind of oilish grease looking. It says to stir it up really good, so that's what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and stir this stuff up, and we'll fill the spray gun cup up, and we'll probably have to test and see what kind of pressure we need to actually spray this stuff. But we're going to give it a shot right now. I have not used this product before. It's going to be a learning experience for me too. I can see it's already thinning up a little bit as we stir it here, so it should spray actually pretty decently. I'm going to keep stirring. We'll catch right back up with you. Alright, so as we stir it up here, it definitely changes color, gets to kind of a light, kind of a caramel look. It's still thick. Paint stick kind of floats right there in it, but we should be able to spray this with enough pressure. It does drizzle out, so let's go ahead and fill the cup up. Here's our cup. We'll go ahead and fill it up. I'm not going to mask anything off because it says it doesn't harm anything. It actually lubricates stuff and protects it from rust. So we're just going to kind of spray everything under the bed here on the frame. We'll hit under the cab a little bit too. The back side of this bumper is pretty rusty, so we'll go ahead and hit that. That's why I have it over here in the grass. It's non-toxic also. It's a very unusual product. Most stuff like this is very toxic. This is completely non-toxic. It's actually I think it's a mineral based. Let's see what it says here. Not really a freeze. Right there, should have started at the beginning. Unique wool wax based formula, linoleum, solvent free, non-drying barrier. Yeah, so we're just gonna shoot everything, see how it works. It actually pours way easier into the cup than I was expecting it to. Like I said, it's just kind of very unusual product. I did warm it up a little bit, which is going to help. It's a little bit chilly out today, but we'll drop this on, lock it in, and all right, we have our air hose hooked up here. We have a little over 143 pounds of pressure right now. It does have a regulator, so when we squeeze the trigger, it will go down, but this is the first spray, first attempt. Let's just kind of spray it out here. Oh yeah, just kind of mist it out there. So let's just go ahead and go for it. Yep. All right, so it kind of sprays on there. I'm sure that the haziness will dry and look a little better. I'll hit some of these rusty spots. It looks a little better when it actually hits the rust. As you spray it, you can kind of see what it's going to do. The handle on this sprayer is really cheap. I don't know if you can see it, it flops all around, so me trying to move this around, the handle just kind of flops, so we might have to invest in a better sprayer. Yep. But it does does do the job. We might be putting it on a little thick, I don't really know. Bad area for most trucks. The tire slings all the mud and salt and stuff back up on this bumper, so we're going to hit that area pretty well. Hit inside these tubes. Might as well hit the spring because it does lubricate the spring also. Yeah. We're going to try not to coat the exhaust pipe. It's not really going to hurt it, but I'm sure it'll smoke a little bit as it burns it off. It's non-flammable too, so we don't have to worry about catching fire. Alright, so I think we about blew through that cup. Let's load some more in here. It does seem to make a mess, so I would suggest doing this outside, or at least tarping down your garage floor before you do it. I'll show you how this stuff pours here. Again, it kind of pours like molten caramel. And surprisingly sprays very well with this gun. And this is, again, a cheap gun, so nothing special here. Let's keep right on going. Alright, so now let's try our wand. We got a pretty good coat on the whole truck. As this stuff dries, I hit it a couple spots in a couple areas and a little bit more, but as it dries it does kind of clear off and you can just see the black through it, just kind of a shiny black. But we're going to try our little piece here. It's got a hole, 4 holes, 1 in the center and 4 on the side, so it should kind of spray a 360-degree pattern. We're going to screw this on and we can jam it inside these tubes, inside the frame rail, and just coat the inside also. As always guys, when you're spraying stuff, try and wear some type of breathing protection. Everyone has these masks because of COVID. Just throw one on. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary with this stuff because it's non-toxic, but it is still a mist that you could be breathing in, so protect yourself. With her wand on, alright, so that sprays a little bit different with the line. Takes a while to get it out there, but it's a lot more fine mist. So we'll go ahead and keep going with that. And again guys, if you just paint over rust, it's only going to protect it so much. You're only getting the outside surface. This stuff does seep down into the rust, and that is a much better thing than just being on the surface and then flaking off. This stuff stays flexible, goes on there. I mean, it's a fluid film, hence the name. So definitely a better idea, I believe. It's been around for years and a lot of people do use it with good success. So as that sits, like I said, it does fade some. I sprayed it on extremely thick just because this truck was rusty, and probably thicker than you really are supposed to. I pretty much used a gallon on this truck. It did hit the underside of the bed while I was at it. If we peek underneath here, I have it coated pretty much all through there, even on the new inner rocker. We painted it, but we went ahead and coated it with the fluid film also, so I can see how it does what it's supposed to. As this stuff, we just did this 20 minutes ago, so it will ease and seep into places. It won't look like this forever. Some of the bulk of it may come off, wash off. Eventually it will. It's supposed to pretty much stay put, but they also recommend reapplying yearly, or if it's in extreme cases, every 6 months. So Scout's getting impatient again, and as you can see, our rockers are painted. You really can't see much of them, but let's get the bed back on this truck and we can get it delivered back to the customer. All right, the John Deere again makes easy work of putting the bed on. We got to finish lining it up. It's really close, but it's sitting back on the truck. Let's line it up and get some bolts in, throw the tail lights back in. We'll do a little quick cleanup and call the customer.